part ways Jack's father, then invites him to dinner. But Jack gets mad and storms out. Maria comes to convince him. But Jack had a plan to spend the night with her because he is leaving for America. Soon Maria promises to spend the next day night with him. She also asked him to sort things out with his father. Jack agrees with her and goes to see his father late at night. Jack accuses his father for not giving him enough time and of not loving his mother. His father tells him that he loves him very much and that his marriage was specifically for Jack. Jack realizes his dad and spends the night with his father, then Jack falls asleep there the next day. When Maria gets to work, Jack greets her and tells her that he would like to spend every moment of the day with her. They then go to the park, and then Maria takes Jack to her house for a kiss and a cuddle. Jack then tells Maria that he feels this is like a dream, with which he's going to clap someone for the first time. They have fun together. But Maria breaks down in the middle of clapping because she misses her son. Then Maria admits to Jack that she didn't tell him the truth about her son. She tells him that she looked for her child, but she came to know that her son was killed in a road accident. Upon hearing that Jack caresses her, he expresses his sympathy for her, and both of them again commit to embracing each other. Maria continues by saying that she hasn't felt this much happy in a while, and that she usually ended relationships with her ex-boyfriends who spoke about getting married because she feared of starting having a child again. After that, Jack tells her she can't go on like this and that. Her tragedy will make her a better mother. Then they rekindle their hug. Then Jack visits his father at home and has a nice conversation with him. The following day, before leaving, Jack kisses Maria goodbye in their home. Then Jack leaves for America. Maria also visits her mother and tells her she is expecting a child in the movie's final scene. We see a joyful Maria carrying Jack's child. So this is the end of the movie. The Mate released in 2014. Thanks for watching the video. News: unfortunately, the editor once again wants to give the story to another reporter. So George snaps and demands an explanation. It turns out the lord that owns the newspaper has blacklisted George, because his name now equals a lack of traditional values. Furious, George decides to quit afterward. He goes to see his wife to beg her to sign the divorce papers, pointing out they were never happy together. But the woman refuses, saying she won't allow anyone to have George's revenge for the shame he brought to her back in the forest. Now lots of people have arrived to help dig out the sphere. When Ogilvy touches it with his trowel, the ground suddenly shakes and the meteor begins to expand. Its top layer slowly cracking open. At that moment, the royal astronomer Stent arrives with his own team and a bunch of policemen to take charge of the site. Soon a whole curious crowd gathers around the excavation, and George arrives looking for Amy. The sphere suddenly begins grumbling, and Opalvi notices a clockwork ticking sound coming from it. The cracks on the sphere surface finish breaking and the brown cocoon comes off, exposing a slick black surface beneath. Stent comes closer to touching the object, which leaves a layer of thick black oil on his hand. His reflection is still there when he moves back, only for it to go away when the sphere begins spinning and raises high in the air. At that moment, Stent's arm suddenly catches on fire, and as the sphere spins faster, people around it begin bursting into flames. Terrified, everyone runs away in panic, not noticing that the sphere continues to spin until disintegrates. Its black dust falls into the crater on the ground, which is still rumbling. George and Amy run back to their house and help their maid look for their missing sister. When they go outside, they see a second sphere falling through the sky and landing in a lake nearby. Meanwhile, on the red land, an adult and a child walk through a desolated area filled with mysterious crystals. Eventually, they reach the ruins of a city looking for a safe spot. The next day, George returns to the forest to find Ogilvy, only to discover an artillery unit has cordoned off the area, and the incident is being treated as a simple forest fire. Jane also goes looking for Ogilvy at his house and finds all the pictures of Mars, which she thinks confirmed the sphere is extraterrestrial in the forest. The crater suddenly begins glowing and moving, as if revealing something underneath it. At the newspaper office, Frederick comes looking for Geo,